mankind knew that they could not change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves, they get ratioed on Twitter. Welcome to Searching for RinoaCast, the Searching for Rinoa podcast. News for fighting games, all the fizzity yuck this week. So I'm gonna do a little shuffle and bring up the first segment as coming soon. Coming soon. Coming soon. Coming soon. Coming soon. First and foremost, of course, the final character reveal for Guilty Gear Strive Season 1 pack, Testament with a new hat. When I first learned of this game's existence, like as the series as a whole, it was still like Garo was still like the new thing. Guilty Gear was like either coming out or about to come out. And as must have been like a GeoCities run fighting game fan page or something like that. If you don't know what GeoCities is, you ain't part of that early internet, you know, that Wild West dial-up era. Glad we evolved beyond that, man. It took you like a whole... You wanted to get online, you had to sit for like a minute and a half and say, you know, fuck getting phone calls. But yeah, the first Guilty Gear, I saw a couple of the characters for that. Testament being the sub-boss, like... Testament's design grabbed me the most, I think. He was the sub-boss before you fought Justice and her cuteness, yes, her. So, I think if any game was going to make a trans character, Guilty Gear. Honestly, a lot of the characters seem less angry in this game, except for whatever kind of insanity Faust is under. Maybe the mask is breaking and he's starting to fall towards his Dr. Baldhead. I don't know. I haven't played Strive. I still have to finish Zard 2, or Rev 2, whatever it's called. There's a lot of story in that too that kind of ties all that together. But yeah, a lot of characters overall seem like they mellowed out, sort of. Like, Biken can just wander the earth now that that man's been dealt with, or they'll bring him back for Season 2. That's what I thought was going to be revealed at Arc Revo. They're going to do Asuka, whatever his name is. But I'll take them with the new hat. I called him earlier, but that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Like, I see Testament with the two Succubus familiars now, Zio in the pink and a blue one. And then I read up on Twitter, the library mode in Zard revealed the official name of the pink one is actually one of his moves, EXE Beast. But yeah, the story, there was this elderly couple that took they and Dizzy in. Now Testament is not so scrawny no more. They're like, betcha they're still hiding that six-pack, but yeah, you go off. To continue that trend, we need Bridget. I think it's time once again. Still a bounty hunter as of Strive, looking up on the wiki to try and... What bigger bounty than that man? You bring Bridget in and then they're going to be like, where's Jam? Did Jam really do anything in Rev 2? Again, I have yet to play and finish that. Someday. In other good news for fighting games, the return of Persona 4 Arena Ultimax will eventually have that coveted rollback this summer. Also in summertime, June 28th to be exact, the release of DNF Duel. Never played Dungeon Fighter. Definitely looked like something I would have been interested in as a fan of the beat-em-up genre. I tried to get the beta for Duel, no dice. So I watched Lord BBH stream it. Seemed interesting enough. Can't find a website dedicated to it right now, so I know who all the characters are going to be. I think they added like a new Dragon Woman class or whatever. Usually when new games coming out, they have like their own dedicated website. It's like story, character, system, that sort of thing. Can't find nothing for this. I don't know. Anytime I'll do look for something, it all just leads me to Dungeon Fighter Online. Netflix will be getting an animated series based on the events of Tekken 3. A bit of a retelling because I see the greatest DLC character ever in Leroy Smith. And immediately I'm like, give me that Tekken movie / anime. What's his, like... his background and stuff like that, and him just owning bitches. I just have this headcanon in my head. I remember when he came out, like all the headcanon for like all the women like making up their potato salad to. That's like 7 different kinds of potato salad. Come on now, sugar. Oh, my stars and garters. I could not have clearly been more talking to the dog. Named his dog. Of course its name is Sugar. Unless it's a shoe. I don't know. Again, I wish I knew more about Tekken. I know it's on sale, but I'm like, Tekken 7 kind of leaned too far in the esport genre. I'm like, that ain't me. I need single player shit. I can't get mixed up with a game like that. I'm a loner dotty, a rebel. But yeah, the Tekken, I don't know if it's a movie or just a couple episodic thing. Looks really good. Ogre looks massive as fuck. And that's like just ancient Ogre, not the true one yet. So that's going to look even bigger. Like, holy shit. It's going to be fighting Kaiju class true Ogre. So already looking like it's going to kick the actual other animated Tekken movies' ass. We'll see if it gives the animated MK movies, the later ones, the WB, a run for their money. Time will tell. This just yesterday, April 14th. Oh God! Oh God, I'm running! Yeah! A new boss challenge mode for King of Fighters 15 with the boss, Rugal Bernstein. Specifically, he's Omega Rugal. This mode is implying they may bring back more bosses. Oh God, who do they have? Let me read the laundry list real quick. Gonitz. Leopold Gonitz. He's a huge one there. He seems very likely. They got the other 3 Hakeshu Orochus in there. Well, no. There's like 4 Heavenly Kings, and 3 of the 4 are the Team Orochi. So, Gonitz, I believe, is definitely getting in. Probably Orochi too. Chrysalid's really popular. A lot of people like me jumped on KOF. We were playing in arcades, but our first real actual physical grab was probably because I was a late PlayStation guy, KOF 99. Oh wow, this music's fucking awesome. And then I fell down that rabbit hole trying Napster at the time and whatever the hell else I get my hands on to get that kind of music. Websites and everything else. Whoever had that, who else could they get for bosses? Zero Clone and or Original. Ignis. Holy shit. Just all the PTSD. Magaki would probably be a tough one. Mukai I wasn't really could bring him into. I don't know if I'll bring anybody beyond that. Psyche, Dark Ash. Maybe make Reverse and Otamaraga playable on appearing in this mode as well. Maybe bring back Verse. I don't know if they still have that around. Hell, even maybe some outside KOF bosses like Art of Fighting 2's Geese Howard with his constant slide kick that keeps you in block all the fucking time. Edgy Berserker's running through that right now with all the characters. Condolences. She's got the Neo Geo thing. She's got save states or whatever, so she's better off than I am at that sort of thing. I didn't have all that going for me. I wish I did. Game's tough. Kane from Gato. Who else could they pull? Sam Show, if they wanted to do that. They'll probably keep it in KOF though. But Young Geese is KOF adjacent. He was in Neo Wave as the final boss. They brought him back. You're not worth my disgust. But yeah, seriously, just this wild SNK boss rush for maximum pants shitting. Now I'm hype and Frigton. Always remember Happy Day. And remember Omega Rugal for KOF 15. Free DLC, by the way. It's Genocide Cutter beats Supers. Fuck. And we're right back to Street Fighter V going all out on a final update before all hands on deck for 6. Everybody getting new fun shit to play with. Doesn't look like it'll be Omega mode. Nothing super crazy, but looks like a lot more combo options. Some of the stuff I saw was getting Third Strike flashbacks with Urian's elbow, the double hit, boom boom, charged it, fireball, extend the juggle, EX headbutt, chariot tackle, all that sort of shit. Just continue your combo. Falk getting Marvel shit with beam blasts. Kage has an actual fireball now instead of the short range Art of Fighting or KOF Rio when they try to differentiate some of the characters. Always have that short range, whatever. Mostly lots of heavily meter reliant stuff by the looks of things. New filter settings in cell shading and pixel, only for offline though. Tracksuit colors, couple characters getting remix songs. That's coming very soon. That's next Wednesday, the 29th. That's a lot for games already out, as far as games not out just yet go. There was one, but then some sites were saying, oh, it comes out in August, so yeah. You lied to me, GameFAQs. But Lost Judgment back at it again with the Kaito Files. Did not know that was also a series of games like Yakuza, but hey. Again, kind of all I had until every fighting game decided to blow up and new shit all at once in the week. I was like, oh god. Like, I don't even have a snacking for RINOA this week. Shit happens. But, right now, what are you playing? I guess I could have this as a review as well, because I finished, like, the main thing. I still gotta, like, power up and do, like, side content stuff. But I did enough to warrant a review of NEPTUNIA Cross SENRAN KAGURA Ninja Wars. The Illusory Dimension. A warring world home to many ninjas and schools of martial arts. Game ninjastry. The shuriken-shaped landmass where two warring lands collide. The first from Heartland using the Kampa style. Compile Heart, the four goddesses. Purple Heart, Nep, White Heart, Noir. Wait, White Heart's Splon. No, Black Heart is Noir. Green Heart Vert, sorry. Ego names, not the actual like transformation names. That's what I'm used to. And then the Honeypaw style from Marveland. Marvelous. I don't know where honey comes in. But that's the four main members of the Senran Kagura factions, now one super faction of Asuka, Hamada, Yumi, and Miyabi. Before they could settle things, a third faction attacks, forcing the enemy of my enemy becoming allies against this new force. The headshot style of the Steam Legion. They take it upon themselves to start a real war, implying that the ninjas of Kampa and Honeypaw styles are either like, oh, they're just playing around, or they won't go to extreme lengths to win very early. For example, Miyabi's all, with this distraction, I could easily take down their heart crystal, their share crystal that powers everything. Asuka's all, oh, how could you? Miyabi's like, it was just something I'm saying aloud. Won't do us any good to win such dubious means. We gotta prove the superiority of our art. Gameplay, like the last game I reviewed, is live action. Bosses are very stick and move. Wait to get behind enemies and bosses, so you do twice as much damage that way. You know, be a backfighter. So it's a little less Senran Kagura with the many enemies you plow through it, a little more action RPG with not so many differentiating enemies. Like I ran into the Dogu, the mushroom enemies, the cats, some of the basic stuff. No horse birds. I thought that'd be like more basic stuff, but yeah, and then they like reuse a couple of the colors. A couple of the new enemies out there, like some more yokai, like undead skeletons. When you fight like the Steam Legion, they're all like robot ninjas that either like have like swords or will try and snipe you from far away with like single shots. And then there's like these bigger ones later with like the chain guns. They're very annoying. Just a real good chance just to get your health bombarded by those damn guys. You go later Samurai Warriors game style and can swap between 2 characters out of 10 you get. You get like the 4 goddesses, the 4 Senran Kagura. You unlock a Kitsune Fox Cat, kind of. Her name's Yuki, with 2 U's. And then Go the Crow, which is more ninja-like. I think I wanted to mess with... probably should have messed with her more, because she has one of her, like, MP usages is, like, for a limited time, infinite ammo for your, like, throwing stars and kunai and stuff like that. Because usually you gotta, like, sit and wait for a while for that to... Otherwise, that game would be even easier. I'd just be hanging back and doing what I did before with VTubia, whatever that one's called. I've already forgotten the name. But I went with the heaviest hitters in Hamada and Blackheart. Their attack was a little up there. Sacrificing a bit of defense, though, so maybe that's kind of the issue. I don't know, like... Enemies you're spending MP meter on and do magic attacks and try to get away from enemies, try to cut down as many as you can. While you're doing that, they're still hittable. Like, they're not the saving grace or even screen-clearing powerful attacks you'd hope they would be when the numbers game is upon you. Not my biggest gripe. That would go to the Peach Balance minigame. Tap dancing, Christ, the Peach Balance minigame. Balance this ball on a teetering surface, which is your icon to measure whether the girl you pick to take on the challenge stays on or falls into the water on this. Like Peach, they're kind of like teeter left and right, left and right. Ooh. Keep it level, keep it level. Win and you get buffs for 3 battles. Lose and it's just the next battle. Just one and done. But you can keep coming back and trying. It costs a little bit of money to do. There's trophies to win with every character. Fine. Trophy for winning the hardest difficulty. Those who know understand my frustration. Those who don't, let me explain. Easy difficulty, you do it once. Normal difficulty, you gotta do it twice in a row. And the second one's like a little harder, and I was still struggling on that. 3 times in a row for hard mode. But then they throw another monkey wrench guaranteed to piss you off more. While you're playing, at some point, blink, blink, blink. Your balance thing and your icon, the circle you gotta keep in the middle, starts blinking, 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 in and out, and then disappears for a short time. So yeah, you're playing the game fucking invisible while you play for like a good... Somebody over at Marvelous or Compa Heart's a goddamn masochist putting that in. Well, like I said, I finished the main story, which if you're doing everything and fusing the skill orbs to become more powerful, doing all the side content as much as you can, even going back and grabbing any treasures you might have missed. The game's levels will flat out tell you on the world map, like, 0 out of blank. It's like, okay, you got this many, and if they got them all, that's like, oh, completed. Which is a trophy getting all of that, all the treasures and that, so. Yeah, you'll have enough money also to buy healing items to win better. I made the mistake of not doing this. I used a bunch of what I had earned through battles and side quests on the penultimate final boss of the story mode. This 2-form boss, no less, like second form was just... First form, no problem. Second form, I'm like, oh shit. Was not ready. Gritted my teeth and said, alright, let's take on this final boss with what I have. I used up like every bit of my healing and I think 1 revive character scroll and lucked out completing the main story. I was like, And don't say I didn't grind. I was like, the level itself said recommended level 40. I was like 7 or 8 levels higher than that. Because again, pew, pew, pew from some of these enemies and you'll get hit, hit, hit. And by the time you're coming out of your MP attack, you'll be like standing there and it's like, okay, can I move my character now or am I just taking these hits? Presto, half if not more than my fucking life bar just melts away. Shit. Maybe I should put orbs to defense or something like that. Or there's like the Yomi trials that's probably going to make me like super busted. Maybe, so once again, I'm kind of... But again, maybe it's just the means to like, okay, now you can get this stuff and go really apeshit now and just like HP regen and stuff like that. I've read up and stuff like that. And I think like attack ups for like everybody instead of just class, because right now I got like orbs for like Yokai class, Legion class, which is all the robots and such. Bosses, it's specific right now. So I'm just trying to power that up as much as I can with attacks. So not done with the game fully. One channel had like a 100% completion platinum trophy run in a slightly under 8-hour video. I thought like, okay, that'll sound easy enough. So yeah, little bit disappointed this wasn't as SENRAN KAGURA as I wanted it to be. But if it's a challenge you're looking for and some very fast action RPG type gameplay, this might be worth checking out. Just again, bring healing with you. Distance enemies love to shred that health from afar in later levels. Learn and respect that circle button block, which sometimes damage can seep through and you'll take a little bit of damage as opposed to all. Action experts will be able to just, perfect block and it's like, oh, it's a parry and get meter back quickly and take 0 damage. So for all you guys who are bodying FF Origins, who am I kidding? Y'all getting your buds together who also beat the game. It's like, okay, here's this. Now we're going to do multiplayer. Enjoy. So you get everything. Since I already started this with coming soon, let's continue this with what am I playing with the next segment. The Adventures of Platinum Hunting. Pew! Super Saiyan Nappa. What? It is specifically Dragon Ball Heroes, Stone Cold Super Saiyan. I beat Kakarot. More hair cause number 3. Where the hell's my eyebrows, son? Super Saiyan Nappa is here. He's got some hair and has a beard. Super Saiyan Nappa is here. Gonna drink a 6-pack of beer. Super Saiyan Nappa is here. Should not have drunk all of that beer. Super Saiyan Nappa is here. Inebriated against here. Fortunately, my Saiyan pod drives itself. All I need to do is put the right code in. I only need some time to grow some Cybermen. Then I won't have to drink all this damn beer myself. If Prince Vegeta still had a scouter, it would say my power level's really huge. I'll break that stack of dimes that you call a neck. Then I'll stack all the necks like they were dimes. Drink beer. Maybe just one beer. Gotta keep my Super Saiyan figure. And that's the bottom line, cause Super Saiyan 3 Nappa said so. Yeah, I see that broken glass, son. Gotta clean that up. That's dangerous. It's irresponsible. Glass shatters. That's the name of my theme song, by the way. One of them. Hell, I don't know, I got so damn many. Play the damn music! How the hell am I gonna follow that with just talking about... Wow. That was the peak. Now we return to the valley where I talk about... Alright, come on. Anyway, Super Onion Boy 2. Where's the first one? Not on PSN, if that's what you're asking. It exists! I think it's like an online-only thing, like, you know, your Armored games or whatever, you can find that sort of thing. Clear 8 levels, find 40 stars, that's about it. I played a little further and kept getting destroyed by the second boss's projectiles because my hitbox is a little bit bigger than I thought it was. About 20 minutes for me to plat. Some of you might only need half that. Very Mario Brothers core. Sun Wukong vs. Robot. The most challenging Rata-Laika game I've played, but still a Rata-Laika game, so the platinum's easy enough to get with skill and a guide to look over to know exactly where you're going. Shout out to the YouTube channel DFK PS5, PS4, PSVR for a 24-minute guide to plat this game. It's a Metroidvania, but a quick one. I died to a boss a few times here and there before I figured out exactly how to go about winning. Had an issue where I beat one of the bosses, got stuck in midair and could not continue, so I had to PS4 menu out and back in again to fight that boss again. And this was after I died to it a few times, so yeah, I was a little pissed off. And by little, I mean a lot. But an overall enjoyable segment enough to start and finish that whole game. That's okay. Now I know, it's like coming back, it's like now it's personal. It's like, okay, I know exactly what I need to do to beat this thing. And then I came back and just whooped its ass first try. I think I even came back even better, like not even getting as hit as much. Shaolin vs. Wu-Tang, or Wu-Tang. I know it's crazy. It's just not the name of a rap group because Wu-Tang Clan has the Wu-Tang. This doesn't, so I don't know if it's Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang. Duwang. Another technicality plat. I 100%ed this more than I... Very blatant in this 30-character fighting games to start with. That's all about getting in, doing kung fu movie combo shit. Very blatant. No names, but clearly that's Jim Kelly as USA Karate. Yeah, that's the character you pick. You pick wrestler, and it's Big Bad Bolo Young from Bloodsport. Muay Thai's the Big Bad from Kickboxer. Jean-Claude's in the game as Kickboxer. I think that's the character's name. Jeet Kune Do. Isn't it obvious? I recognize right away Snake Style as, oh shit, that's Venom 1 from the 5 Deadly Venoms. Might take a day or two because you need to boot the game with every character, and it's like 15 fights for each, so try to make that as quickly as I could by... I couldn't change the rounds, but I can make it 30 seconds. Yeah. 2 out of 3 only. Other trophies are beat arcade without continuing, without losing a round. Beat it on hard. Get a 10-hit combo. I recommend Jeet Kune Do for that. Hapkido had an easy 10-hit combo, which you can unleash as well. I think it's something along the lines of jump in, punch, standing, punch, 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 forward, punch, punch, punch. Yeah, it's like a 3 combo. And then kick, 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 kick into that, or something of that nature. Or like a down back or down forward move where you can just like get like a good combo there. I knew Jeet couldn't do it as one where it's like down back and like kick, or it's like kick, 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 kick. You get like just a 4-hit move off that alone. Play versus mode 100 times. Crank up, like I said, crank up that handicap set and shorten the game as best you can. I ended up getting the Harlem USA. What's it called? All right, I knew I had it in my liked videos. It's called Gun Law. D-Wolf Music. There's a second one. There's like less characters though, so I don't know if they like kept a lot of the likenesses for characters. Maybe they got kind of handicapped in some. Like one of them's clearly Chuck Norris, but he's British, so it's like the, that colored gi he wears, but it's like the Union Jack instead of the American flags. I can't help but think like because Chuck Norris of who he is, maybe he's a big fan of J.K. Rowling. I don't know. Yeah, I seen that state of play. We ain't talking about it. Fuck that noise. But yeah, Shaolin versus Wu-Tang, or Wu-Tang. It's on sale right now for like $9.09, I think. Another instance of game freezing with that. I believe I'm being thrown or knocked prone somehow. I was multitasking, so I missed exactly what happened. It only happened twice at character 27 on my 30-character arcade run. By then, I was already neck deep in the game to just 100% it. But yeah, be wary of that. The fact that it happened twice is like, okay, this might be like an actual clear glitch that will pause the game, but not like the pause menu. Like I can hit start button, get out of the game, and start over again. I'm like, shit. Of course, it doesn't save any of my run on that. No auto-saving for you. Hey, you want to save a dead body and also see what a level 2nd monk does? Find out on today's Tales of Roleplay. Life rarely gives second chances, so it's interesting we get one here in our campaign. We had arrived too little too late to save Merrick. We got a haul to make sure his death is prevented. Last campaign, I forgot to mention, we checked the crime scene, so to speak, and detective worked a little to see that Merrick didn't get murdered. He suicided. Like a part of the sturdy mountain wall got worked over. Like, oh, these are hand axe marks. These were walled off for safety as well, so this was a plan. Like, he was at this for who knows how long, trying to chip away at this thing. Give Merrick the height and distance needed to leap to his own demise. So with our second chance, we arrive early to try and talk some sense into Merrick before the jump, who is visibly frazzled and ain't much for new people. We want to know what happened. Why is that golden device so important? Why did you want us to deliver this to you? And he took that as a hostile reproach and was like, how do you know about that? Blah, blah, blah. And so many words. Initiative. Which, for those who don't know, initiative is the declared word by the DM's discretion or decision to... It's the one-word answer for, okay, the fight has now started. Roll a d20 to determine when you go do things. From 20 on down, from high to low. So yeah, initiative is, combat. Now, with the 0 HP to incapacitate and then saving throws to determine whether or not one lives or dies works in our favor. Because don't want this guy's life, we just want to... But yeah, it just mentions, 0 is 0, he's down, he's down. We can make sure he's not at risk, we can stabilize him. Tie his ass up and make him talk. This is all in town, by the way. Guards are going to come if this battle persists too long, or our questioning does, so the time for planning is over. Enough talk. Fights on! And fights in D&D are usually, I guess, to the DM's discretion, either like increments of like 6 seconds or like a minute. This campaign, the former, keep combat fast and tight. So Brother's Kid, the artificer, fires at him with like some explosive device or gun of some sort. Yeah. Cobbling up gun before actual one is even invented. Gladly misses, so, alright, warning shot, so. I think Merrick was, like, about to cast a spell or do something now. Level 2 monk over here, so I got access to 2 things. The first is unarmored movement, which, if I'm okay just wearing, like, myself, monks don't need armor. They got the robes and, they are the weapon, especially later on. Unarmored movement allows me to move an additional 10 feet in a round And every like 4 or so levels, you add another 5 feet to that addition. So yeah, instead of 10 feet, it's 15, 20. And that's a free move action on your part to get into position to attack. To run or dash, you double that move speed at the expense of your attack. But I'm a level 2 monk. Brings me to the second thing I unlock. Key points. 1 for each level. So one of my 2 key points is spent on a move called Step of the Wind to do a dash as a bonus action. So I can run right over and still get to make an attack. Just one though. I mostly use my bonus action to make a second attack. I know at some point I'll be able to do 2 attacks a turn. I think like 5th or 6th level I'm doing 2 attacks. Then I'm thinking, okay, 2 attack, and then as my bonus action maybe do a 3rd or something? Who knows? But yeah, so far it's like short sword for normal in one hand and a short sword for the bonus in the other. A d6 each time. But back to the movement. Normal speed is 30 feet for a turn. Unarmored movement gives me that plus 10 for 40. Doing the dash action or the Step of the Wind doubles that number. So 80 feet in 6 seconds of a... And still get to swing. Like I said, they make mention of it like being like sacrificing your attack if you do that normally. But yeah, as a bonus action, I just have to spend one of my 2 key points to do it. I think it's dash or disengage, which is like get away from an enemy if you're in combat. I don't know if you can like do that for free and get away from danger in that regard, but yeah, you can. But yeah, I'm on him. Wasn't expecting that. Boom, down he goes. Guards arrive as we're about to detain Merrick. We get nothing from him even after we stabilized him. He teleports or something like that in Breaks 3. I think he blinked in and out as he moved on his turn. I got next, so my 40 plus boots is 30. Down again he goes. Tie him up this time. Enough rope between some party members to do that. Still nothing, but a little more cooperative. At least enough to take a look at that golden cylinder when we bring that out. And when he sees that, it's like, oh. Huh. Starts to snap out of his, like, frazzledness and comes to. Like, we're supposed to deliver this to you. What the fuck is it? And he starts repeating, all the time in the world. All the time in the world. We show him a flyer for his crafting and antique shop. Oh, you were sent here. Oh no, that means I failed here too. All the time in the world. Just before the guards get here, one of us messes with the cylinder. It winds up like a music box. Starts to play. Some of us not super close enough to the device see the ones who were. Have also just blinked from one side to the other of this cliff area. Oh, where'd you go? This cylinder's a time stoppage device. But in all of that, it's only temporary. The guards do arrive. Clearly see me take out Merrick with that second hit. It's like, oh shit, what are you doing? Remember, we stabilized. He's not fully healed. So like me in that last campaign, he was up at 1 HP. All I needed to do was to close the distance and, roll to hit. You hit him. Okay, down he goes. Like, I can skip the damage step. And anything for like punches is D4. Later on, the monk turns that, that damage will increase, a D4 or 4-sided dice. Later on becomes a D6. I think it caps at like a D12 or something like that. Like, yeah, my fists are registered as lethal weapons. Yeah, a D12 is pretty lethal. You gotta be like really, really high level though. I don't know. So we try to explain what we're doing. Oh, he's a friend of ours, blah, 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 so-and-so. No avail, we get that whole, oh, this rowdy fight happened in our peaceful town. We gotta throw them all in jail. Make them spend the night in the pokey. Yeah, that sort of thing. So I get my chance to meditate and restore my spent key point. You gotta spend a short or long rest, 30 minutes of that to meditate and regain your key points. Huge commotion outside. Merrick all bloodied up, busts us out of prison. He's like, oh, he's wearing several guards and he's armed with whatever weapon he could get. And I'm looking at him at my DM, is he squaring up? Older brother says, no, he's not looking at you. I'm like, I ain't playing with you. I dropped him twice in the span of minutes. We were born in that neighborhood of Philadelphia. Well, it's all the neighborhood of Philadelphia now, I would imagine. Does he want round 3 or not? What's up? I got my key point back if I put him, you know what I mean? What's happening? But no, America acknowledges us. Hey, you guys look capable. Maybe you can succeed where I failed. It's all Zazim's fault, he tells us. He did this. He brought him here. It's all his fault. Sounds like a little slave boy succumbed and got all vengeful. Simple but effective villain backstory. Revenge, that sort of thing. So now we have an enemy in Zazim who caused all the purple whatever last encounter, which culminated in our first deaths, which again, we remember that happening. We're okay, but we felt the death. Merrick or the delivery, I forget, again, sorry, I'm lost on the details sometimes. You have to forgive me, it's been like a couple months. Merrick, I think, gives us coins in 3 separate amounts and tells us, make it over to this part of the city, or like the central part of the city, before that purple happens again, or whatever. Implying he's done this before, like, perfectly he knew the second that this happened, so, okay, the guards are gonna come through this door at this time now. You know, very Groundhog's Day, like, you know, like, 10, 9, 8, car, 6, 5, quarters, like, straight up. Gust of wind, dog barks, cue the guards. So we effortlessly escape, effortlessly get our weapons, get in and out where we need to be. We ask if he knows where Zazim is right now. His reply is, he is now. Couldn't stop him then, tried many times. Zazim's it now. I can't stop now. You could try to stop now. That's why I got you here. I can't stop now. Very rambly, plus my dog shit memory at the exactest, minutest details. Play the cylinder at the town. We see exactly what Merrick meant by now. Massive tower out the fuck of nowhere just appears before us. Outside guard and everything is massive. Somehow Zazim, or whoever, mastered a way to make this whole dungeon exist in its own time frame, and whatever the hell else is in it. Us going in, that will now include us. So now we're in this, like, pocket dimension of, like, a second in time, just like, we're it now. That's what... More story than fighting this particular campaign, but yeah, just everybody getting to do some more cool shit now that we're all second level. You really start to open things up at second level. Kind of differentiate from just like, oh, we're just like guys with weapons and stuff like that. Like second level, it's like, okay, now you're started on this path. Third level for monks, I think, is even further than that. But that's enough for whatever timey-wimey stuff will await us in this tower/dungeon run to talk about next time on Tales of Roleplay. Swimpedia? I forget who gave me the Twitter link on this, but I copied and pasted off of that. Sorry. But happy 25th, Toonami. Just going to end here and roll through real quick of all the shows that have... Somebody on Twitter posted this, and I can't remember who it was. I just saved the pictures here and there and just rolled down the list of what I watched, what I didn't. Maybe people can help me out with what I don't know. I've been here for most of it. I don't have much of a... I didn't do much TV watching nowadays. I can't believe they start with Thundercats. Well, they start with a lot of things. I see like 4 things for like 3/17/97. Thundercats 85, yeah. Cartoon Roulette. I think it's the Space Ghost Daily thing, like the weekdays, not Space Ghost Coast to Coast, like that, the late night thing. Or no, it's Cartoon Planet. I'm thinking Cartoon Planet. What's Cartoon Roulette then? Yeah, I'm thinking Cartoon Planet. Hey! Whoa! Don't touch me! The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest. Is that the 3D one? Where they're like teenagers instead of kids? I think so. Robotech. Didn't really give that much. Almost a year to the Beast Wars. Awesome. Big fan of that. Sailor Moon. Duke. Classic. Dragon Ball Z Uncut in 05 and 2012. Nice. Yeah, they kept that in the rotation for a while. I think I was still like the Ocean dub at the time as well. Would be a while before they got like Funimation to take over or whatever. Super Friends. That's Deuce. Dun 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 dun. In the Great Hall of the Justice League. Of the Justice League. Reboot. Another classic. Like Beast Wars, very early 3D. They were really the Powerpuff Girls. Ho-ho! Ronin Warriors. Yeah. September, baby. G-Force. 5 secret agents trained to fly like birds. G-Force. Guardians of Space. With what you got going on, I think Dragon Ball Z early on for one channel was also in the same vein of that. I'm trying to remember. I think it's like the UPN or something like that. But then they did like the extended Gatchaman, and they called it like Eagle Riders. Oh. Gundam Wing Uncut. Nice. Oh, there it is. Superman, 1941. We won't be intimidated by criminal threats. They kind of milk that line in like all their like side stuff, to be honest. I think this is like the start. I think all this early stuff is like the Moltar era. That was like his side thing. That's why I was thinking like Cartoon Roulette might be the same. Like maybe Cartoon Roulette is what a cartoon? I don't know. They did that for Cartoon Fridays or something like that. Was that running at the time? See what I mean by being like cursed with like blessed and cursed with the memory? I remember some things, but not all of the things. Batman the Animated Series. As classic can be. Ah, there's our Tenchi. Our Tenchi trio, Muyo Universe in Tokyo. Unquestionably Tenchi. Blue Submarine number 6. I didn't watch that one. And there's the Superman Animated Series. Outlaw Star. Huge fan of that one. I still have like the black box DVD set. I gotta do that someday. I gotta start doing some like watch-alongs or something like that. Like just fall even deeper into that like YouTube hole of like react videos. There was one thing I want to do a react for or something later. I gotta Big O, Big O, Big O, Big O, dun 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 dun. Wind, rain, shadow, wood, sword, thunder, power, sleep, card, captors. Mobile Suit. The classic Gundam. Yeah, I never gave some of these shows like all my attention. Like some of it was like just the mecha stuff. I was like, not for me. I watched Gundam Wing, but I was like, oh, more Gundam? I was like, I watched Gundam Wing. I thought like, cool, but I had no super clear, concise idea of what the fuck's going on. Why does this girl want this other guy to kill him so much? That seems counterproductive. Everybody's on fucking crazy pills in this anime. And not in a way teenager RINOA brain can comprehend or understand it. Actually, I think I might have been better off with Mobile Suit Gundam. I think they should have done that first. Maybe it would have been like, oh, okay. Oh, they're all kind of like that. Okay. I did look at 8th MS Tomb a little later on at late night. I thought like, okay, it's a little more mature. I thought like, maybe more stuff is going to happen here. I think Gundam was like all in the background. I kind of like started to like in and out of that one. Dragon Ball I watched. I'm like, oh, awesome. I get to see how it all began. I kind of caught Dragon Ball at the first time they did the a dub for Dragon Ball. The theme was like, Goku, he's gonna show you. Stuff like that. Batman Beyond, also classic. Yeah, they're bringing stuff from like WB and stuff like that. First Zoids, New Century. Mobile Suit Gundam 0080, War in the Pocket. I think that's on... What was War in the Pocket? The MS Tomb or War in the Pocket was the Gundam Physalis. I'm trying to remember. Hamtaro, he didn't pay that much attention, but hey, Hamtaro time. Cushy. Woo! That's how weird I am. I do themes more than I do TV shows. Like, in my memory, it's, I could probably sing you a few bars of the Perfect Strangers theme song, but I've never actually, like, sat down and watched, like, a full episode. Another Zoids. I watched the shit out of J Gundam, man. I'm like, oh, finally! This is okay. It's the dumb Bonobo Brain anime bullshit I can get behind. They're giant robots, but they're doing like the martial arts and stuff like that. I'm like, yes! Why isn't all of Gundam like this? Probably because it's super fucking racist. Like, one shot of Neo Mexico, the place looks like a fucking sombrero. It's a sombrero-shaped colony or planet. It's like, oh my fucking god, are you serious? He-Man remake, that 2001. I never really looked at that. Transformers Armada, I think that's like that. Was Armada the Fox one? I think that was something different. I don't think I gave a lot of the Transformer shows on this a lot of attention, except for Beast Wars. G.I. Joe. It is G.I. Joe or 2002? I don't know. It doesn't say like in parentheses, so I guess the original G.I. Joe. That would have been neat. They can breed Thundercats 85. Yeah, they don't specify. Weird. Samurai Jack. Yeah, that was a big one. Dot hack sign. Did do a lot of the dot hack stuff. Gigantor. Martian successor Nadesco? Really? Evangelion? Yeah, that's where they started doing classics. Maybe those were like movies or like just short series or something like that. Gigantor, the space age robot. What's Daiguard? Yu Yu Hakusho, yeah. Another classic. That's a big one. Uncut in 2012. Rurouni Kenshin. Big one. That was a big one. Sucks I had to throw all that away after the reveal. Justice League. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen at some point. Cyborg 009, the Cyborg Soldier. Didn't give much attention to that one either, I think. All right. SD Gundam Force. Wish I still actually owned the PlayStation 2 game of that. I would have done that for like a Let's Play back in the day. It's like, oh, hey, you want more Gundam? Like maybe something after like I did try to do some of the earlier games, but again, some early games with like capture devices and PlayStation 2 games are like notoriously bad. Dragon Ball GT. Oh, step into the Grand Tour. Dragon Ball GT. Star Wars Clone Wars never gave up. Get in the battle zone. When does little Millennium Mike like veer off into like that could be an April Fool's thing? They start talking about 5 episodes of Duel Masters. Who's the kid with spiky hair? Shovu! Astro Boy 2003. I guess I got a Transformers Energon. Again, not a lot of the Transformers stuff. Jackie Chan Adventures. Oh, definitely. But I already seen most of that stuff on the WB at the time. Made sense of bringing it over. Gundam Seed. Also didn't really, or Megas. Pilot No 3. Rave Master, I tried to. I think this is when they started doing Toonami like Saturdays only, and it's hard to kind of. Yeah, I think this is where this all started. Like Saturdays only. I don't know what they were doing for weekdays, so yeah, just to bump it to one day a week. I was like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get used to it being enough. Because I know Toon Titans definitely started weekends. I think it became like its own thing, and then they kind of Justice League Unlimited. Oh. That was the creme de la creme, watching that on Toonami, all that later stuff there. I was like, wow. Dice... That I don't remember what that is. Zatch Bell! You know who's got the power. The Batman, Jamaican Joker or whatever. I didn't vibe as much with that one. One Piece. Yo. Wait, 05. Was that the what you got? Uncut 2013. Oh, that was probably later when Funimation got it. Transformers Cybertron. Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, most of that I did on WB, so then bringing that over, I like, seeing it. Naruto, I was in for a while, and then kind of fell out of that one. Bobobo, I wish I watched more of. I don't know. That was when they started veering to like the more like, I don't know if this works. Maybe Adult Swim can do stuff too. Were they doing that in 2005? That'd be fun to walk through. Then it's like, here's where the Brack Show was and Baby Blues, stuff like that. Early Adult Swim. IGPX, didn't watch that. When it came back later, I did. Wulin Warriors. I don't know what that is. Wait, is that the one with the puppets? Because if so, then I kind of vaguely sort of know what it is, but man, it was Pokemon Chronicles coming in. Fantastic Four. This is where I was starting, like, because I don't remember watching any of this. Pokemon Battle Frontier GX. GX I was already seeing on, they would do that on Cartoon Network, like, weekly, or another show at least there. That's where I would watch it there. WB was still doing it. Prince of Tennis, Mare, Stormhawks, Mega Man Star Force, Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Blue Dragon, forgot they had an anime, Ben 10, yeah. That's when I fell out, and then when it came back, here we go. Okay, Bleach, was watching that. Tenchi Muyo, new Tenchi Muyo, nice. Trigun, Dead Man Wonderland, watched the shit out of that one. Casher and Sins, yeah, this is where I came back. It's like, okay, I got a bit more of appreciation for like the older stuff I can watch. This Brotherhood, also a huge hit. Didn't really care for Ghost in the Shell. I was bored. I remember being not super excited by the movie, and I just kind of Cowboy Bebop, Samurai 7, Eureka 7, Symbionic Titan. The only thing I remember that is Shake It, Quake It, Booty, Quake It, because I didn't watch that. The Thundercats 2011. Oh man, if only. Wish I'd stuck around and finished. Inuyasha, Tenchi Muyo GXP. It's not even Tenchi at that point. Isn't it like his son or whatever? That title's misleading. But I guess you want to make it in the same universe. It's like, alright, you can't call it Dragon Ball Gohan or whatever, I guess, if he was in the show. Well, they do the Naruto Boruto thing. That's how they get that workaround. Soul Eater, yeah, I was watching all these. Soul Eater, Sword Art Online, The Big O2. Yeah, they had more episodes, I forgot about that shit. Clone Wars, not so much. Fooly Cooly, that came back for a while. I tried that. Space Dandy. Oh my god, Space Dandy. He's a dandy guy in space. Yeah, I wasn't really doing Naruto Shippuden at the time. It was one of those in and out kind of things that's like, I'm good. Blue Exorcist, I saw. Black Lagoon, glad I got a chance to check that out. Attack on Titan, another one that I started, and then everybody was like, this is getting weird, and or whatever reason they all fell off. I was like, I was kind of falling off again too. Beware the Batman. That was an interesting one. Giga Chad Alfred in that show, man. Shit. I don't know about the dynamic with like the whatever sidekick he had, or like, but Alfred's like adopted daughter or something like that. I thought like, that not so much, but I mostly remember that for just being like, oh, Anarchy. Hey, that's kind of cool. Professor Pig, like some of the not so prominent villains getting a chance to shine. It's like, oh, he's got like other Rogues Gallery, and Black Lagoon, the second barrage. Check that out. Space Dandy Season 2. Gurren Lagann. It's like, oh, cool. I get to see the hype on that show. The drill that pierces the heavens. Hellsing Ultimate. Also, second chance to watch that because I was on Sci-Fi, and then I might have got like only like the first couple of episodes, and then it was like hard to find again. Dragon Ball Z Kai. Actually, I had a chance to go through that. It's like, okay, what exactly did they change? And not something that's like on a kids network. Maybe I can see like more adult stuff here, because this was Adult Swim Toonami at the same time, like one and the same. Inuyasha the final act. Hey, they finally closed Inuyasha after so long. Kill la Kill, Sword Art Online 2. Michigo and Hot Chin. Yeah, I was watching all of these. Like Omega Kill, Parasite, Samurai Champloo. Glad I got a second. A lot of these shows came back from like just Adult Swim stuff, and then it became Toonami. Glad I got a second chance to see this. Dimension W. What was that? Is it the one where Christopher Sabat's like the main character, and he's like hates technology or whatever that was, and then he had to like take care of like this girl who was all tech or something like that. He was like a courier, bounty hunter, or whatever the hell he was. God. Dimension W. Hunter x Hunter, amazing. Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans. That wasn't too bad. One Punch Man. JoJo, okay, starting that thing. Dragon Ball Super, that show kind of became like, alright, now you're just parroting yourself at this point. That's what it felt like to me. Like, I get to the Tournament of Power, I'm like, are you doing what Yu-Gi-Oh! GX tried to do and follow like the abridged series by making Goku like suddenly the stupidest man ever? I like the part where they were just doing mundane shit. Like, show me more of that. Like, that's still one of the funniest things. Like, Goku selling, like, Hercules punches. Like, I gotta get out of here. Punch me really hard and I'll sell for you. Ah! I forgot my tractor. Ah! I'm pissed myself. That's good. That was the peak. Oh, and fucking Ocean Dub Vegeta coming back too. Like, oh, you're gonna make me pee myself? Now you're gonna make me come. You hear that and I'm like, oh, chills! Oh, I wasn't ready. Oh, I love it. Oh, my heart, I can't take it. Gundam Unicorn. I did watch that. Okay, I'm trying to remember. I think it's Banazher. Oh, Banazher. Full frontal. Tokyo Ghoul. Lupin the Third, Part 2. I wish the older one came back. I would have given that a second chance. That was another show that was like Adult Swim for a while and might have been Toonami. Tokyo Ghoul, checkmark A? Was that where he's like evil now with the mask and everything? It's like, wow, edgy, but you can only run on that for so long. Stardust Crusaders, that's part 1 of the part 3. Iron Blooded Orphan Season 2. Black Clover, I think that's still running right now. Again, this is where I start coming in and start kind of coming out again. Fully Coley Alternative, man. You see lightning in a bottle and think, oh, that was good. Let me try that a second time and try to will it to happen. And then, like, record it for posterity's sake so everyone can see me do it. Nah, you can't. Progressive. Like, they might have been good shows on their own, but tied in with, like, the whole, the Haruko thing or whatever her name is. I'm like, I'm kind of over it. Pop Team Epic. That was fun. Academia, Attack on Titan. There's part 4, excuse me. Diamond is Unbreakable. Didn't finish Shippuden. Not gonna really jump on Boruto either. Mob Psycho 100, Megalobox, Sword Art. I was still doing that. Promised Neverland. I think it was only first season. Lupin the Third, Part 5. Is that the Rebecca girl with the like green pistachio hair or whatever? Food Wars. That came in. Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin. Get to see young man Ramba Ral. Fire Force Genlock. Genlock I fell in and out of super quick. Like after a couple episodes, I'm like, not for me. Dr. Stone was that I stuck with for as long as I was still watching. Demon Slayer. Yeah, 2019, 2020 is where I start to kind of bounce out. There's Golden Wind. Season 4 Academia. Sword Art Online Alicization War of Underworld. Kirito's a vegetable. Everybody else do shit now. But we're still going to talk about Kirito like he's the only one who can save us. Who could have seen that coming? Paranoia Agent. Yeah, that was like I think that was like the last thing I saw like all of, and I think even as I fell out because I was in like mid move and I still like I forget. Actually no, I caught all of that. I didn't move till later. Ball Masters 9009. That was like an Adult Swim thing that they tried to bring over here. I didn't know that was a Toonami thing that they tried out, but it's like, nah, no original shit. Not falling for that again. You keep it based on Tom and the ship, and that's it. August 29, 2020, Assassination Classroom. That's my cutoff point there. So I don't know the rest of this stuff. Let me see. Gemuseto Death Boots. Don't know what that is. Quadruple S Gridman. One Touch of Stone, Food Wars. Yashahime, that's the Inuyasha spinoff. Harley Quinn. Like the series? Once movie? Something like that? I don't know. Shenmue the animation? Shenmue's got an anime. Okay, yeah. But yeah, Paranoia Agent I think was my second cutoff point. I haven't seen any of the rest of the other stuff below that since. Not really much else to say beyond that. That's the podcast. Level 2 monk going on level 3. Hopefully some other stuff to kind of break that up. Eventually I'm gonna run out of that too, and then it's like, now what do I do? I might start doing other videos in general. Maybe I'll bring back a podcast for like shows rather than just myself. I'll think of something. I always do. But like I said, that's the podcast. Play me off, Dave.
God damn it, baby, no, I ain't lying to you. I'm only gonna tell you one time.